Welcome to Task 3. This is an authentic learning task for our Living and Learning with Technology unit. This wiki page was made by Brooke Clements. She created our wiki homepage, our student tasks and resources page. Emma Smith. She created our wiki homepage, teachers curriculum and teachers resource page. And Tony Gauci, he created all of our lesson plans. Our task was to produce a student project by exploring technologies that can be used from a selected age group. The task we have created is based on the Year 2 Australian curriculum, Health and Physical Education. We have chosen to focus on food and nutrition. So, what is nutrition? Nutrients are substances found in the food you eat. We need these substances to be able to function. Our nutrient requirements are influenced by different factors including your age and growth. Our focus on this task is Year 2s. How our group worked together. Our group interacted through a Facebook group message. This is where we shared all of our ideas and questions. Our group also met up a few times and discussed our plans for the project. Overall, our collaborative learning experience was a success. We worked through our difficulties and made everything work. Health education within schools is immensely important as this sets them up for life to lead healthy and happy lifestyles, enabling them to make informed choices about their meals. The children will learn strong knowledge on the food pyramid, sound understanding of your body's nutritional needs. They will learn how to work in a group environment. They will understand the difference between healthy foods and unhealthy foods. How the students will complete this task. The students will be forming groups. They will be introduced to the food pyramid. They will then be introduced to different resources they can use to create their poster. The students will then make a presentation on healthy eating. The presentations will be played in front of their class and another class. Lesson 1. In Lesson 1, the students will be introduced to the food pyramid. They will develop a broad understanding about which foods are recommended to be eaten more often and which foods are to be eaten less often. The activities for Lesson 1 include: students will write down their favourite food on a piece of paper. They will then find 3 other classmates who have a different food. This will be their groups for the assignment. The groups will be given pictures of different foods. They have to put the foods into 3 categories: frequently, occasionally and rarely. The categories are based on how often the foods need to be eaten. After completing this task, the students will be introduced to the food pyramid. The groups will now reorganise the pictures after learning about the food pyramid and the importance of it. Lessons 2, 3 and 4. In these lessons, the students will be introduced to grains, sugars and fats, fruits, vegetables and dairy, meat and meat alternatives. The students will focus on these components each lesson. Before each lesson, they will be asked to write down a list on what foods they ate the day before. The teacher will then provide information on these parts of the food pyramid. The groups will recheck their lists each lesson and remove any foods that don't fit in with their category. There will be more information on lessons 2, 3 and 4 on our wiki page. Lesson 5. In Lesson 5, students will be introduced to different resources they can use to create their poster. The activities for Lesson 5 include: the teacher and the students will create a poster that promotes healthy eating. The teacher will demonstrate to the students the features of the poster, creating a resource, and ask students for help creating the poster. The teacher will then provide students with an example of a group agreement and conflict resolution tactics and ask groups to create their own group agreement. Lessons 6, 7, 8 and 9. In these lessons, the teachers will supervise but are encouraged to let students work and settle conflicts independently. They will be working on their posters and group presentations. The focus on Lesson 6 is the groups will be expected to be in the storming phase. Students will negotiate on ideas and use their group agreement to settle any disputes. The focus on Lesson 7 is the groups will now know what they are expected to do and begin working. In Lesson 8 and 9, the groups are expected to work on their presentation with minimal teacher guidance. Lesson 10. In Lesson 10, teachers will listen to the students' presentations and assess the groups on the understanding of healthy eating, the visual effectiveness of groups' posters, groups' ability to resolve conflicts in a fair manner without teacher intervention, and the group's oral presentation skills. The groups will present an oral presentation on healthy eating to another buddy class within their school. The poster will be used during the presentation and will be placed inside their classroom after the presentation. This provides a visual reminder. After the assessment, the students will be asked to reflect individually on how they feel they went within the overall task. The activities for Lesson 10 include: students will be given worksheets with questions that need to be answered. The questions will reflect on the task. Examples of some questions are provided on our wiki page. Our wiki page. Here is some of the information you will find on our wiki page. Feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching the presentation.